Hi everybody, today I'm going to talk to you about a buyer's agency agreement and go through the different points in that agreement because it is something that's going to be required by law in the state of New Jersey for you to sign before you start your search for a home with a real estate professional. So I just want to go through the different points. And I'm going to start with our consumer information statement. This is a document here that explains the different agencies in the state of New Jersey that are available to you and how you're going to be working with your real estate professional. Right? So the first agency that there is a seller's agent. And a seller's agent only works for the seller. So what their job is to keep the seller's interests at top priority. The fiduciary relationship is with the seller only and not disclose anything to the buyers that they don't want disclosed. And obviously that's not the way you'd be working with a buyer's agent, but we are going to come across some properties where a seller says, I only want to deal with seller's agents. I don't want to deal with buyer's agents. It's rare, but it does happen. The next type of agency is a buyer's agency agreement. And this is going to be the most common that you are going to sign with your real estate professional. And in this situation, the agent's going to be working solely for the purpose of handling all the items with the buyer and their best interest. Their fiduciary is 100% with the buyer. Okay. The next one is called a disclosed dual agency. A disclosed dual agency happens when a property that is being shown is also listed with the same brokerage. So if our company had a listing and then you wanted to come in to see that listing, we could work with you as a disclosed dual agent. In that case, we have to handle both parties in a fair manner, not disclose to each other what has been told to us not to be disclosed, but also treat everybody fairly. If a buyer is uncomfortable with that, we do have an alternative to a disclosed dual agency, and this is something that came out last year when buyer's agency agreements were required, and that's called a designated agent. So a designated agent, what would happen there is within the same company, one agent would be working solely for the seller, and a second agent would be assigned now to work solely with the buyer. And once again, that would happen if you wanted to see one of our listings and you were uncomfortable with the dual agency arrangement. And then the last type of agency you're going to encounter is a transaction broker. So a transaction broker happens when an agent's needed to draw up a contract, but not represent any of the parties. So it's a neutral person. Let's say you had found the property on your own, but you need somebody to walk you through to help you with the closing. That agent's not really going to represent either party, but they're there just to facilitate the transaction, and then a fee would be negotiated for that transaction according to how much work was due. So those are the agencies that are available within the state of New Jersey. No matter what contract you sign, this disclosure about agency agreements is required by law. You have to know how you're going to be working with your consumer before you start the transaction. This way, all the cards are on the table. Thank you.